As Native people, everything that we do is connected to the land one way or another, whether that be through our language, through our stories, through our traditional foods and medicines. The earth is like our mother. It takes care of us, it nurtures us, and in return we have to do the same thing. My name is Tamez-Pochel. I'm 21 years old, and I'm one of the co-founders of Chi Nations Youth Council and the First Nations Garden. So I'm West Pacific First Nations Cree from my grandfather's side and Chichangu Lakota from my grandmother's side. I'm living here in the city of Chicago. A lot of Native people live on reservations or in rural areas, but about 95% of Native people actually live in urban areas. One would think that when you live in a city, you don't have to think about the environment, but that's really not the case. The Chi Nations Youth Council was started in 2012 with a mission to create safe space for Native youth through arts, activism, and education. We do a lot of environmental work, connecting the residents of the city of Chicago to the land that they're living on as well. The First Nations Garden is providing equity to the Native community of Chicago because a lot of these people in my community don't have access to land. And so the garden is providing them that access so they're able to get back down to their roots, plant the plants that are good for our bodies and are good for our mental health, that will sustain us for generations to come. We need to start coming back to families growing their own food, their own herbs in their own backyard. That starts with creating community gardens in your own hometown or your city. So we're here at the First Nations Garden located in Albany Park on the northwest side of the city of Chicago. The hope for the garden is to use this as an educational hub for non-natives, but also as a cultural and educational hub for the Native community of Chicago. This is a project that kind of extends far beyond the life of the garden. When you come in and you destroy hundreds of years of culture and food systems, it's going to take some time to build that back. And so that's kind of where we're at in the moment. So right here are our garden boxes. A lot of community members in the Albany Park neighborhood plant in them, so they plant a lot of food and things that they can eat at home. But we also have garden boxes for Native people. So right here we have sage, which we use to pray with. And then up here we have black-eyed Susan and foxglove, which both have medicinal purposes for Native people, but they're also prairie plants that we're growing to establish for next year. Behind me is a teepee. It was traditionally used as a home for Native people, but here in the city we just use it to hang around, tell stories, really just be Native around other Native people. It brings me back to my Native ancestors and how they were ripped out of these teepees and their teepees were burned and they were slashed. And now, we're Native people and we're setting up a teepee in the middle of the city of Chicago. So that's pretty remarkable and amazing. All Indigenous youth want is someone to listen to them and for our communities to be taken care of. It's my hope that we start moving towards a future where Indigenous people are respected in such a way that isn't lip service to our communities. We hope that the First Nations Garden can be easily replicated across America so Native people are able to practice their culture. And as a country, we're getting back to our roots and connecting back to the land that we're living on.